I'll show you the design of what my engineer has done. We're fixing to bring this in front of planning and zoning. So we'll get approval on the site plan. Once we get approval on the site plan, then we're off to the races. Construction can begin almost immediately. What we're looking right here is, this is the topography. So the topography is how many feet does it go up every 10 feet. And on this right here, we're going up somewhere between 2 feet and 10 feet as it's rising in the topography. So we're gonna go into that hill to where the hill goes up. We don't want to hit any rocks, so we're just gonna come in here and carve out this section of land right here to be able to do that. Then we're gonna set in the 10 units. We're gonna have to put a retention pond in, and I don't have room for a retention pond to take up too much of my area up in the front, so I'm gonna put an underground retention pond. So my retention pond will be underneath my asphalt, and the retention pond is there to be able to keep the rainwater that's going to run off from the property that we're using right here and go into the creek. We want to maintain that rainwater on our property, because if we keep putting water into the creeks, what it does is it causes flooding in our community. So we don't want to cause additional flooding in our community. We want to be able to capture all of the water that comes off of my property, hold it on my property, put a retention pond where it sinks into the ground on my property, and it doesn't wash out somebody else's property, it doesn't flood somebody else's property, it doesn't flood the roads. So we want to protect that. That's what the retention ponds are designed for. That's why you see a Kmart, or I guess Kmart might be out of business, I don't know. That's why you see a Walmart or any kind of building that's being built nowadays. When they build it, you always see a pond somewhere around that building that holds water. What that pond is designed for is to hold the water that comes off, because once you put concrete on it, all the concrete, all of the asphalt that water used to go into the ground, that water no longer goes into the ground. That water goes onto somebody else's property. So they finally had to make some rules and some laws and some codes that says, hey, you got to hold that water on your property, not allow it to go to somebody else's property. So that's what the purpose is. So we'll put an underground retention pond that will go underneath this whole area right here. We got a little pad right here for dumpsters. We had to make a big enough drive so that a fire truck can easily pull in and take care of anything that they may have. We got to have it good enough so that when the dumpster truck comes in, it goes and dumps the dumpsters, it's able to back out and not hit any cars. It doesn't have to turn around in the street. So we got to protect all of that. So this is what the site plan looks like. It's just 10 units. Those units are not big units. They're only going to be about 1,000 to 1,200 square foot per unit. I'm going to build those units as 2-bedroom, 2 baths, because I'm going to hold everything for a rental. I'm not building it to sell.